Hey guys, just checking I'm live on Facebook as well. Checking my Facebook, it's not going to take too long. Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. And tonight, I'm finally getting around to this because I've been planning to do it for ages, but due to my patterns. But basically, hopefully, as the title suggests or alludes to, I'd love to form this group. I had the idea and a dream a while back, and I called it the M.K.S United Group because I think of it like connecting people with things in common with me. Now, M.K.S is my initials, which stand for Michael Covet. Covet in English means poet, incidentally. But I'll probably talk about that a bit later. But in part 2 or 3, hopefully, all being well or whatever. But yeah, M.K.S stands for Michael Covet, and if you think about, I don't know if you call it a spider diagram or a brainstorm or whatever you want to call it, where like you draw something in the middle, let's say M.K.S in the middle, and then all the things connecting it, the spider web or whatever. Not a big fan of spiders, but might not be the best analogy, but those lines going across, if you think like in the center of a page or whatever, hopefully you know what I mean, but I hope someone out there knows what I mean. But yeah, to connect those groups together. So I wanted to connect together people who have things in common with me. I wanted to do that ages ago, and in the past I wanted to do it to run businesses and that kind of thing. So this is roughly how that would work in the future, all being well, maybe in August, my birth month, for instance. And today being the 9th, I think like my birthday's on a 29th, as it happens, the 29th August. So I thought I would do it. I would talk about this. And it's a Monday, so I was thinking M.K.S Monday. But anyway, I hope it all makes sense. As per usual, these are pointers number 1 to 10, and I hope I get around to doing parts 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, this is about that network I wish to make, and I had the idea and dream and vision and whatnot a long time ago. So here's how it would work. If you have any questions or thoughts, or any questions, plans, thoughts, dreams, or whatever you want to comment, any comments basically of your own, please post them in the comments. Please don't hesitate to post them either on Facebook and or YouTube, or preferably both. As I said before, in the future I'm hoping to create my own TikTok channel as well, hopefully from the first, which is not that far away. I hope I can actually bring myself to do it, because I often have these plans, but ASAP, hopefully from the first, because it's a new month and a new year as it happens. But anyway, I'm going to try and crack on with it. So I'm way behind schedule, but here goes. Again, hope to finish parts 2, 3, and 4 as well tonight, all being well. Touch wood, God within Godspeed and whatever. So yeah, I hope God won't ignore my prayers, because I'm believing in superstition, perhaps, or I suppose I just say that saying without really thinking about what it means. But okay, I'll say God willing and Godspeed. But anyway, sorry, I'll try and get to the point. So number 1, I was going to say this in the intro, but I thought it'd be best to say in point number 1, which is, in order to join this network, I thought about this network group, brainstorm, cooperative, or whatever you want to call it. I thought it would be cool. I want to make it as informal as possible, but as formal as necessary. Just like I sometimes say in life, or normally say, I want to work as hard as necessary, but only as hard as necessary, and as smart and easy as possible. I wish for life to be as easy as possible, and only as hard as necessary, or whatever. As little hard as possible. Something like that, anyway. But yeah, I thought it could have a form, maybe an informal form, but perhaps maybe formal and like legally binding or whatever. So it would say, let's say I'm going to use my own name as an example. I, Michael Shenton, wish to join this group. I, Michael Shenton, being of mixed race, olive skin, which I would come to, neurodivergent, or having special needs, or learning disabilities, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever. So Joe Blogs or whoever, if they wanted to join, they would have to be either, I suppose the term is olive skin, but I sometimes see the little term where I say olive, short for olive skinned, just like people say white or black. They don't say white skin or black skin. But yeah, I know when I said that to my dad, he said that's ridiculous. It's like olive is a fruit or whatever, or food, but I say olive short for olive skinned, but within the context. But yeah, also I use terms like, I say light brown, tanned brown, and in the past I say like golden brown. But my dad said, I don't know if I should admit to this. This is one of the things that made me a bit nervous about these videos. But I know I come up with some unusual stuff. I'm a bit quirky, but I say golden brown. But yeah, my dad said that can be misconstrued. But I'd love to know what other people think. Whether you think that would be a good term to use or not. What I mean is like someone with a naturally tanned complexion, and Anglo Indians like myself, I class to be both mixed race and olive skin, or olive, short olive skin, or light brown, tan brown, possibly golden brown, beige, bronze, whatever term you want to use. People with a natural tan, although it might come in different shades. Like, for instance, Mediterranean nations. I love to bring together uh, Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, transcontinental countries generally, and Eurasian nations. But Mediterranean, I suppose some are light and some are darker, but I thought to unite them together, I thought olive skin is the most controversial. And to make things even more complex, sometimes I say part olive skin, like a quarter or half, or light brown or tan brown, or golden brown, beige or bronze, or whatever. But what about you? What do you think? I'd love to know if you think golden brown can come across a bit as a crude thing or a rude thing or shouldn't be used or whatever. But what I mean is like someone with natural tan, as I say. But yeah, so say Joe Blogs, it might be easier to say. I, Joe Blogs, being dyslexic or having some neurodiverse condition or whatever, wish to join this network. I haven't included like my fellow Michaels, Andrew Gore, people with mental health problems, because at that time I probably didn't realise I have mental health problems. But yeah, it would be I, off this background, wish to join, and so that'd be one thing, being either olive-skinned, whatever term you want to use, mixed race. Anglo Indians would come under both mixed race and olive skin, and hopefully be a connecting point between the two, and maybe even Eurasians generally. Double question mark that last one. Along with everything I say, perhaps, but whichever term you want to use, learning disabled, special needs, neurodivergent, or neurodiverse. I use those terms interchangeably, possibly erroneously or wrongly. And I can't remember the other one, and what I call part olive skin or quarter or half olive skin. So in other words, someone who has a, let's say someone who's English but has a grandparent who's Italian or whatever, or a parent or a grandparent who's Italian or Spanish or any other Mediterranean background. So I'd love to somehow bring those disparate groups together. I don't know how, but yeah, also, so let's say I, Joe Blogs, being whatever, one of those backgrounds, wish to join this group, and I agree to want what's best for all the members, to do what's best for all the members, and I and do so of my own free will. No one is forcing me to do so, and I agree to always obey all laws. Yeah, that's what you'd have to do in order to join. I think that covers everything for how they would join, and I'm hoping, I think of like number one as starting, so I covered this point in a lot more details than planned, but I would, if you have any questions, please fire away. But I hope you're not about my sanity, but on a serious note, I would love to start it ASAP, and I wanted to start it ages ago, but anyway, hope that all makes sense. But moving on, number two, it would be cool if we network together and learn from each other. I know there'll be lots of challenges ahead, like I know, so for instance, many people with dyslexia might still be racist or might be racist or whatever. So it'd be hard to see them connecting with like Mediterraneans or whatever, but just because they have something in common with me and like bringing them together. But that'd be the ideal. But I suppose life is a numbers game, as I often say. So if I get as many people as possible from these backgrounds together in this group, it would be pretty cool. And I hope to come to things like how we could buy things in bulk together, buy things as a group, block buying as I call it, or whatever. And get deals like, I think, Groupon, a bit like that. So if we say we're going to buy from certain companies, but we do it together, hopefully they'll reduce the cost and such. Number three, I dream will support libertarianism personally. As I normally say in these videos, I hope to talk about my own personal ideas and ideals and thoughts and plans and dreams and whatnot, and that kind of thing, imaginations and whatever. But at the same time, it'll be up to other members whether they would veto me. Like I say, I dream it would work, as I put in brackets in the description, it would work as a committee, brainstorm, think tank, network, cooperative even, or whatever. And ideally, so it'd be quite democratic, not dictatorial. but hopefully the members will want what's best for each other. A bit like our own version of like the Freemasons or even the Illuminati, maybe, kind of. Maybe we could even have our own hand signals or whatever, so people know what each other means. But in the past, I used to dream a lot about business and how we network together to buy and sell things, things like that. But now I'm more into philanthropy, which I hope to come to. But I'd love to convince members like to be libertarians or things like that, but that would be their choice. Number 4, I dream will promote peace and anti-violence, and be against law breaking and that kind of thing, and support and benefit each other. And that kind of thing. I hope this sort of network would somehow limit wars. I dream we wouldn't join militaries, gangs, terrorism, or anything, and stroke or anything involving violence unless it's self-defense, defense of the vulnerable, and that kind of thing, and stroke or any law breaking. And I think if we refrain from joining the military and even look at how we wouldn't have to pay, even if we could legally, let's say, sorry, that's been a bit cold. Also, I was trying to clear my throat. But as I said, not wanting to contradict, like not breaking the law, I dream we'd find a legal way, maybe to lobby, so we don't have to pay our taxes towards the military. In fact, I would love for taxpayers to have more choice over where their money goes. More generally, I think that covers everything for point number 4. So yeah, as I say, I would love for us to not join militaries, gangs, terrorism, anything violence, unless it's self-defense. I was thinking like taking things literally in the past. I was thinking like, or defense of the vulnerable. But even if, let's say, someone's trying to attack someone else, bully someone, and we said, hey, leave them alone, and then they started on us, it would still be self-defense in the end, I guess. Not a preemptive strike, maybe, but unless we feel threatened enough or whatever. Basically, unless we feel threatened personally or whatever. Or if we take it literally, maybe in defense of the vulnerable. But yeah, trying to not use violence unless we really have to use violence as a last form of defense. And also, as I say, obeying all the laws. And moving on, number 5, I dream we'll support each other's goals and help each other, as I say, to save money, buy things in bulk together, help each other to look for the best possible deals, share information with each other, and things like that. Number 6, somehow, again, I'd love to have it would probably be a hard sell, but I'd love to try to convince people from these backgrounds, so audience skin people, mixed race people, learning disabled people, again, special needs, neurodiverse, whichever term you want to use, neurodivergent. I think one of my sisters said to me that, one of my sisters said to me that something about neurodiverse means just diversity, like racial diversity, whereas neurodivergent means someone who is not neurotypical, so someone who has autism, dyslexia, ADHD, or whatever. But I use those terms interchangeably, but again, hence possibly erroneously, I guess. But yeah, I suppose I'm used to using the term neurodiverse, even though I prefer the term neurodivergent. I still sort of use those terms interchangeably. But yeah, I don't know how I'd convince my fellow dyslexic and other neurodiverse people and olive-skinned and mixed race people to support like AC Monza, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and that kind of thing. But I'll do my best, and especially Anglo-Indians and Eurasians, I'd love to encourage to support Italian football. Although I have this quirky sort of thing where I'd love to encourage other mixed race groups like Afro-Europeans, people are part black and part white, sometimes they say caramels, or Blasians, people are part black and part Asian, to support Brazil. I think that has quite a ring to it. I know I talked about that in the past, but like Blasian Brazilians, Blasians supporting Brazil or whatever, and as Brazil's quite mixed. But yeah, we could have a friendly rivalry with each other and practice together, and help Italy and Brazil practice together, maybe, hopefully, in the future. Number 7, I'd also love to encourage us to support Celtic and see what we can do to benefit Celtic, but also, saying often say nowadays, apparently a biblical teaching, i.e. many hands make light work. Hopefully by working together, many minds will make light work, make things easier for each other. Being dyspraxic, i.e. struggling with using my hands and all that kind of thing, I guess, and being quite clumsy, I suppose. A better saying for me and people like me perhaps would be many minds make light work, because I'm not very good with my hands anyway, so I probably won't be much benefit to help things be easier. But yeah, hopefully we can achieve a lot more when we work together. I suppose I'm taking that saying maybe a bit too literally perhaps, but hopefully, as I say, by working together we make things easier and unite together. It'd be hard to see all the Mediterranean unite, but if I'm really, I suppose these are my dream visions and my talk more about such and dare to dream, I guess. It'd be hard to see these disparate groups coming together, but I'd love to do my best to try and help that to happen. Number 8, I'd love to encourage peace and love and not hate, positivity, not negativity. I'm hoping in 2026 to find out more positive rather than negative stories and share more of those on Facebook and that kind of thing. Number 9, maybe we could support each other's projects and ventures and things like that, including like writing books and things like that. And number 10, I hope we can support and encourage and uplift young people. Maybe to be more adventurous and even start their own businesses and things like that. And hopefully to help others as well. And I'm out. Peace and love.